Welcome Aries to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 30th of October for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now last week your ruler Mars on Friday came into a direct opposition with Jupiter, the planet of expansion. This is one of those oppositions which can actually be quite positive. In fact, even all the way to being fortunate, because Jupiter is of course about the belief that things can work out well, and Mars is about thrust and action. But in the sign of Scorpio, which it rules like your sign, it's often to do with longer term resources or our desires. Is someone really calling out to you at the moment? Because they're still going to be in touch with each other through to the middle of this week, and the energy of them can encourage you to be a little bit more daring in your approach, either to your love life or to those resources. But also Venus, the planet of relating but everyday money, is highly influential this week. Now in the first half of this week she's collaborating with Uranus, like Jupiter, in your sector of everyday resources. Is there a creative talent or a service you could provide that can bring in some extra money? Or is it time to think afresh about how you relate, or get a clearer understanding of what you need in all sorts of relationships? But the innovation of Uranus can also be matched by its impulsiveness and the way things can happen at a lightning pace. So if you do encounter someone this week that you find mesmerizing, as Venus moves into an opposition with Neptune, you really could find yourself tripping the light fantastic. But just be aware that with Neptune in your 12th house, what seems like a really stunning possibility may need to be checked out a little bit more. It doesn't mean to say that it can't be good. It could just be a little bit illusory. But the great news is that on Saturday, Saturn goes direct. And Saturn has been retracing its steps since the middle of June. And if psychologically since then, or in terms of your core of vitality, you haven't felt at your best, I think things can really ease now. But in a long-term relationship, even to do with a friendship, if by Sunday and the quarter moon in the sign of Leo, you are feeling that you want to be a little bit more spontaneous, just be aware that someone around you may be a little bit put out by this. Maybe they're a bit clingy, maybe they're a bit jealous. But just watch out for that, especially in an ongoing romantic relationship. Now, I'd just like to remind you, if you've yet to order your year 2024 forecast transit report, transits is where the planets in the sky interact with your natal positions. That creates an influence that's totally unique for each person. If you'd like to order it, you'll get the rest of this year free, plus 30% off, and get your life roadmap, your character analysis report, which will give you a much more intimate understanding of the patterns that have played out in your life so far, and learn how to work with them more successfully future forwards. Please see the link below for more.